Hello everyone, welcome to episode 12 of the Banner Saga. Last episode when we left off, we were about to escape from Frostvillier, and you know what, I think we're ready to do that. Rook, Ivor, and all Etoll, company, etc. We're ready to rock and leave Frostvillier once and for all, I hope. Outside the walls, things are a mess. Dredge are everywhere. Fortunately, they're going around the hill on which Frostvillier sits, heading south, and show little interest in following you as you cross into the wastes. You're finally free of Frostvillier, but find yourself facing new problems. You hope that whoever Ivor knows at Wormtow is willing to help. I certainly hope for Ivor's sake as well. And I saw as we were leaving Frostvillier, there was a little thing that popped up. It looked like Hogan or Mogan were ready to chat, but we just left Frostvillier without batting an eye, I guess. All 400 of us. Nearly 500 of us, my goodness. But here we go, we're going into the frozen wastes, and this looks not at all good, and the music seems to be not really suited to the impending doom of something called the waste. It seems pretty cheery is all I'm saying. Someone's been nicking extra goods from the supplies, a concerned woman tells you. Oh, I guess it's a woman.
Counted these myself yesterday, no mistake. This keeps up, we'll all be starving before long.
We could post a few extra guards to watch the supplies, ask clansmen if they've seen anything suspicious. Let's ask the clansmen if they've seen anything suspicious. At the very least, there may be a loyal one amongst them who will come forward. Alternatively, the thieves may get a little scared that this crap is being discovered. So let's ask the clansmen. Here we go. Noticed anything unusual around the wagons? You ask several groups in the caravan. To a man, they shake their heads. Though they ask no questions, you can tell concern is spreading throughout. Okay, well now we've actually destroyed morale in our caravan as a result of that, which is frickin' great. Look at that. We're nearly 60 days into our adventure, and not a whole lot has happened, really. The caravan is buzzing with worry. In the distance, someone has spotted a large number of dark figures following you. "The Dredge!" cries one woman, but something about it tells you that they don't quite look like Dredge. I bet you it's, Ekil and the like. Yes, that's right. Gods be damned, chokes Onif, standing on one of the carts to get a better view. Worse than Dredge. That's Ekil. Oh my God, yes, of course it would be. The news spreads throughout the clansmen like wildfire. Ekil, why would he, starts Oddleaf. Unless he's after you, Onif. He's insane, interjects Onif, and unpredictable. That's a good number of fighters with him. Your mind races considering what to do. We can outpace him, dig in for a fight, lead a charge. Let's try to do this diplomatically. We'll talk to him before we ambush him or anything. But I assume he's just going to attack us anyway. But maybe we can convince some of them to join us? I don't really know. This was probably a poor decision. Onif and your allies leave the caravan at a determined pace. There doesn't need to be bloodshed, you shout as he approaches. Oh, sorry, it's a shout. There doesn't need to be bloodshed, you shout as he approaches. Why, Rook, my good friend, he replies, throwing his axe to the ground. We come to parley, not kill. See, look at that. We went the diplomatic route, and apparently he has also, it may be a ruse, but we're about to find out, this crazy fucker. Why would I believe a word you say? Rook, we were good friends. What happened? You tried to kill us. Just go back to Frostvillier and leave us alone. Ah, Rook, it's your pretty girl. I'm glad nothing happened to her. With the Dredge, I mean. My friends, how could I forget everything you've done for me? Broke into my city, took my warriors, took my food, and then killed some people so you could take more food. That was a nice touch. Took one of my best men. How are you, Onif? Do they treat you well? Shove it up your ass, Ekil. If you came out here to kill me, then let's get it over with. Nothing like that. You must think you know me. Or people like me? What did Onif tell you? I'm crazy? I haven't survived because I'm crazy. I did what had to be done to make it in Frostvillier. The only mistake I made was you. What kind of man are you, Rook? You look like an average man to me. A man worried about his daughter, maybe. Just making his way. But then look behind you. How many people is that? They follow you, fight for you. Why? What kind of man are you? I'm nobody special. Man, Ekil is asking the real questions here. I'm doing my best like everyone else, the kind who does what needs to be done. Yeah, let's send a message here, the kind who does what needs to be done. As in, if you mess with us, I will absolutely smash your fucking skull in. Then we have something in common. But unlike me, they gladly follow you. Who do these people think you are? You saved them. You're a hero. Maybe that's more important than who you really are. What's your point, Ekel? I'm your prisoner, Rook. Bind my hands. Frostvillier is done. I can't survive there, thanks to you, my good friends. You may not have cut my throat, but you sentenced us to death. I don't believe that's who you are. Is this some kind of apology? You can't trust me, I know that. Take me and my men as prisoners, if that's what it takes. Ekel looks down at the ground, and the words come slowly to him. I'm not above begging. Oh man. Take Ekel and his men as prisoners, abandon them in the wastes, ask Onif his opinion. See, Ekel looks crazy as shit. And apart from a few encounters we've had with him, the only info we have about this guy is Onif. So I don't know if we can trust Onif. And let alone, like, Onif's opinion of Ekel. But like I said, he does have a crazy fucking twitch it. And he looks fucking nuts. So, oh my gosh. Let's take Ekel and his... No, well, I feel like if we take them as prisoners, they've got a plan. So let's ask Onif of his opinion. I don't really know. I'd be a hypocrite if I told you to leave them. I don't know, Rook. You don't know me. How could you trust my word any more than his? Damn, man. I'm behind whatever decision you make. This guy knows what's up. This guy knows what's up. That's exactly what I was thinking. I don't really want to take Ekel and his men as prisoners because, you know, maybe they have a plan. And really, I mean, what's the point of taking them prisoner? There's no jail for us to place them in. There's no authorities to hand them over to. I don't want to leave them in the waste because that's fucking cold. And maybe they will join us and be helpful. I can't say. And we can let him join us on strict terms. That would be the best if he would join us and, I don't know, man. This is a really tough one. I don't want to leave them in the waste, and I don't really want them to be running around free. So I think the best option is to actually take them as prisoners. Let's bind their hands and whatnot. Okay, here we go. Listen, Ekel, we'll keep you alive, but look at one man, woman, or child the wrong way, and every last one of you gets cut down on the spot. You know what? I bet you this... I'm going to look back on this moment with regret, because this is probably not going to end well. Do you understand? I may be reckless, but I pay my debts. These people are right to follow you, Rook. You're a good man. You have each man's hands bound tightly and their bodies checked for weapons, making sure no mistakes are made. Things are certainly starting to feel complicated. Yes, by Jove. Okay, so we've got Echo... Okay, so we've got Ekel and his clansmen in our prisoner chain behind our own caravan somewhere, 100 paces behind maybe. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm sure we're going to run into all sorts of problems with this kind of shit. Damn, look at this. Is this another godstone? It appears to be, and a bunch of people that may want to join us across the wastes to Wormtow. You find a surprising number of people camped out at the Godstone. They've been here quite a while, ever since the sun stopped. Apparently they think Radermere, the sun god, has come back, and they're worshipping him despite the bleak environment. They welcome the caravan, mingling and swapping stories with the others while you rest. They have almost nothing of value to trade, but their leader approaches and offers to let you join in their tribute. Let's get some info before we do anything. Gullen Fury, one says, showing you a golden liquid in a silver bowl. He places some on his chest, which almost sounds like it's sizzling, and explains through clenched teeth that it's a gift from the sun god. An oil that burns like the sun and lets them see things clearly. Let's see if anyone in the caravan is interested in this crazy shit. Not surprisingly, you find no takers. You wonder how devoted you'd have to be to go in for it yourself. Let's inspect the Godstone. Nobody can really agree on what Radermere looked like, as fond as he was of his own isolation. He never directly contacted humanity. Most think he was a serpent that lived in the sun, and it's not uncommon to hear speak of seeing the tail of a great creature slipping through the thin clouds on a sunny day. Radermere was always one of the lucky gods, the kind who people thanked for good weather, healthy livestock, and a good harvest. Despite all that, the biggest mystery has always been how his godstone came to be found at the bottom of a dried-out lake. I remember reading about this on the map. After some rest, you continue on. The sun god worshippers are keen to stay, so you pack your things and return to the road. Okay, not a single one among them has decided to join us, unfortunately. But nevertheless, we will carry on. So I suppose at some point this was a massive lake full of water. Now it's just a frozen wasteland that scares the absolute shit out of me. The good thing about this, though, is we can see enemies approaching or caravans approaching from afar. Several people have noticed black vultures circling above the caravan, taking advantage of the light snowfall. They pose no threat, but they have a visible impact on the mood of your clansmen. The next time you look back, Oddleaf is firing arrows into the air which nearly tag the birds once or twice. "Get lost! No dead down here!" she shouts to nobody in particular. Let's ask her what she's doing, get some info. Maybe she's got some emotions that she needs to deal with. What does it look like, Rook? Target practice. She fires another arrow, and a vulture shudders and falls out of the sky with a blue feathered arrow protruding from it. She recovers the bird, laughing, inspecting its feathers. "You know," says Oddleaf, scanning the caravan, "a lot of these women, they could do this." You could tell from the look in her eyes she's excited about the idea. "I think I'm going to start training them how to fight," she says. Encourage Oddleaf to train the women, try to keep her expectations in check. Tell her you think it's a bad idea. You know what, we might as well encourage Oddleaf to train the women in the art of archery. "We can always use more fighters," you tell Oddleaf. "If Alette is any proof, you know how to train someone with a bow." Oddleaf gives you a smile. She heads off to find some of the women in the caravan, showing them the vultures she shot down. You know, we're strong Viking women. You know, it's their right as free peoples to, you know, do whatever they want. I'm not about to tell some women not to pick up a bow. That's nuts. I'm not an asshole. Neither is Rook. Harsh words from one mother to another draw the attention of the entire caravan. "My daughter marries Ragni, or no one. That reed-thin tramp you call a daughter won't provide sons." The insulted mother bares her teeth, ready to attack. Let the argument play out on its own. Worry on marriage another time. Explain yourselves. Let's get some info here. "Ragni chooses my daughter on his own," the insulted mother says. "But this one thinks I have something to do with it." Launching forward, the first woman flails wildly, shouting, "Liar!" The women are separated and eventually calm down, but you worry that this is far from over. Okay, we've got a bit of a marital dispute in our caravan right now, and morale is certainly weak. Let us camp out. Maybe we can rest for a day. I just saw trees in the distance, though. Perhaps this was the worst spot imaginable to camp. But, let's see. Oh, shit. Look, it's Hogan and Mogan. They're back for a chat. And you know what? We might as well chat with them. Here we go. And when I said him, it's either Hogan or Mogan. Just take it easy for a while. People are noticing. "Oh, they've noticed, have they? We're on the edge of dying daily, and you want me to take it easy. Gods, I should be plowing twice as many fields. You understand? Don't get us thrown out of this caravan, Mogan. It's not just you who suffers." Oh, man, this is going to be... Obviously, they're fighting about, boning ladies. Right, so you get married, have kids? Now I'm supposed to settle down too, yeah? What happened to... The two brothers clam up as you approach. "That's right, I've got a kid to take care of. Cool your head, Mogan." Hogan departs, leaving Mogan looking awkward. Yeah, I don't really know what we walked in on here. Rook, what brings you around? "Just heard yelling, came to check it out. Sorry, it was none of my business. Nothing, I'll be going. Heard yelling, came to check it out." "You come running every time you hear yelling? Must be why you look so tired." "Look, it's not secret. I like women, Rook. They like me. They like the scar." "Forget it. Listen, all this death? Every night half the caravan cries itself to sleep. Pathetic. Come on, Rook, be honest. This is good living. Half the world just tilling soil till they keel over. What kind of life is that? We're lucky. You could go your whole life with no goals, no purpose, nothing to fight against but boredom and hunger. I'm glad for all of this." Okay, Mogan apparently enjoys the apocalypse. Rook, not so much. His steadfast face tells me that he is really, he could care less. Actually, I'm just kidding. He cares about everything. I think that's really his main strength. Okay, I'm not sure I agree. I get what you're saying. Between us, I agree. No, I get what you're saying, but I would not agree. Look at it like this. We're fighting to the death almost every day, yeah? You can curl up in a little ball of fear. You can go hide in the woods, eating nuts and appreciating leaves or some nonsense. Or you can enjoy the struggle. Know which one I pick. Anyway, just so you know, I'd never go for a let. Promise you that. Or Oddleaf. All yours. Appreciated, Mogan. Although I wouldn't really say we have any connection to Oddleaf. Well, I mean, we do have a good friendship that could potentially blossom into a romance. But for now, I don't really think there's anything there. You depart, unsure whether your opinion of Mogan changed for the better or the worse. I think for the better. We now know what kind of man Mogan is. Let's rest one day. That brought our morale up to normal levels. Let's take a look at our heroes. I don't think we have any renown to blow on promotions. No, 3 renown. But we can't really give any items either, so this was a wash. No point in going to the hero screen. I apologize. But let's get back on the road. As I recall, there were trees and the like in the near distance, so perhaps we are through the wastes. That was not nearly as harsh as I thought it was going to be. Everyone was saying the wastes were going to be a death sentence, but there's Wormtow right there. Some clansmen have discovered a large patch of wild fruit. When you approach, you see some people have begun to sample them. A mother frets about whether they're safe after overhearing one of the children say that it tastes funny. Others start gathering by the basketful. Let's see. We could observe someone who already ate some, or we could offer a piece to one of the animals in the caravan. Let us observe someone who already ate some. After a short time, you note the slurred speech of a young man partaking of the fruit. Besides a little drunk, he seems perfectly fine. Let's take a bite ourselves. Several watch as you taste the fruit. You pause after swallowing and feign choking. Jeez, that's a oldie but a goodie. A let rushes to your side in a panic, but your laughter soothes everyone's concern. Soon everyone is a little tipsy from the fermented fruit and spirits are high. Okay, sweet. We got some rotten fermented fruit. They said spirits were high, but in fact everyone is depressed as fuck.
Wormtow was never the kind of place someone would build a town. Fittingly, the Var living here aren't known for welcoming visitors with open arms.
Holy shit, we've made it to Wormtow already. It's been a week. I didn't think we'd be here so quickly, though. The Var will find you before you see them. Not surprising with this many people behind you. With weapons drawn, they demand to know why you're here, but back down when Ivor tells them he's come to see someone named Krumir. Krumir, perhaps? Oh my god, look at this fucking guy! Holy shit.
Well, I'll be damned. Krumir, it's been a long time. Yeah, it has. So that brings Yngvar to Wormtow with his very own village of humans.
Ugh, bad news. Dredge are coming down from the north, and we barely made it this far. That is dire news. Come on, we have food. We'll discuss more in the mead house. As you follow the old Varl into their meager town, you catch him quietly saying, "If it were anyone else." I've talked with the warriors here. I'll be honest with you, half want to go north and find out what happened at Blotsbalkir. Some think we should go to Grafheim instead. None of them are happy you're here. And what do you think? If I had my way, I'd stay here and let the dredge come. But you made this a problem, didn't you? We can't feed this many people for long, even if they don't eat much. This is a Varl town. Most of us take care of ourselves. You've got women and children. We could pitch in, make this place livable. It doesn't work like that. These Varl are here to get away from civilization, not make one. It's Krumir's call. It won't be long before Dredge are here too. No, it won't. If there's one thing we should do, it's tell Jorandir what's going on. Who's Jorandir? Varl King. Well, as close to one as we have. Yngvar, where'd you find these people? Stay here and rest, but once yours are ready to go, we do. I'm going to see off those who want to head north. But I'll join you to Grafheim. More travel? No, we've already come so far. Stop the pouting, girlie. Even if Jonandir won't listen to a tired old Var like me, I have a feeling they'll pay attention to your friend Yngvar here. They'll listen to Ivor? Ha! He hasn't told you? Of course he hasn't. Do what you need to, but don't be long. Alright, everyone, welcome to Wormtow, the village of Varl. We might as well take a look at the map, see where the hell we are on this godforsaken continent. Okay, here we go. We've come from Skogir to Frostvalir across the Nordfilling Wastes. I think we've read this before, I'm not sure, but here we go, Wormtow. In the foothills of the Wormscale Mountains, the Varl created a small town beneath tall pines, overlooking the Nordfilling Wastes. Few come here, aside from those looking for seclusion, as we've just discovered. Okay, it appears that we're going to have to cross these mountains here, the Wormscale Mountains. The land's longest range of mountains, it was observed, resembled something like the spine of an impossibly large worm, each of its numerous peaks just one of the many invincible scales. This idea, of course, didn't come about until the first maps were drawn. Before that, it was simply called the Far Mountain. Okay, look at that. Okay, we're going to have to take this road here. I can't really select the road, but that's fine. You know what, let's just get out of here. That was a small tidbit of information for all you viewers out there. We could head to the market and see what they have. 1 renown gets 4 supplies. Gee golly, let's blow our remaining renown and get 12 supplies, because that's all we can buy. But let's see, what do these Varl have to buy? This silver locket reveals a tuft of white fur that must have been precious to its owner. We've seen that before. Bloodshed coins. Pewter coins pressed with an ancient symbols of respect, often laid on the foreheads of those fallen in battle, +1 per kill, +1 will per kill, rather. Jarl's seal, the stamp symbolizing a chieftain's will, passed down from father to son and Kendir to Kendir. 1 will per turn, that's not bad at all, actually. But it is 15 renown, and we are not rich enough to buy that, so we're going to have to talk to this grizzled old Varl, and I guess we're going to be heading to Grafheim anytime soon. Crewmere, can you spare a moment? Mostly no, but I'll try. I never had a moment to thank you for your hospitality. Consider it done, then. How did you get all these Varl to join you? So, who is Yngvar? That is a very good question. I bet you have some incredible stories. Who is Yngvar? Ha! I'm not surprised he never told you. I'm just surprised he can stand being around anyone at all. Your friend was one of us long ago. I mean, the dredge-bashing type. He was called Yngvar then. And if you want to know why he changed his name, better ask him yourself. I'm too old to peddle and gossip. Alrighty, how did you get all these Varl to follow you? Respect, young one. After the Second Great War, wasn't much left for me to do, so I started training other Varl to fight. Got tired of that, made a place in Wormtow. They still come calling, even with no Vars to speak of. Seems like that might be changing, though, don't it? Any wisdom on fighting dredge, actually? Depends how much you know. They're all armor. Tap 'em hard enough, though, and it'll shatter. Line up a whole roll of slag and they'll explode on each other all the way down. You get into big brawl, half your time is spent setting them up for it. And if you see one bang his axe like a tuning fork, try to kill him quick. Sometimes the slag he's calling won't even show up. Yeah, that's not bad, actually. Those tips are somewhat useful. I bet you have some incredible stories, though. Let's hear all about them. I might. Or I could be the most boring Varl you ever met. Depends on how much you like killing dredge. Ask me again someday. Might tell you about the time we filled the dead yaks with whale teeth. And why. Let's leave you to your business, my god. I suppose you should. Take care, friend of Yngvar. Alrighty, I suppose we have no choice but to rest for a day. A little more. Not bad. Okay, normal morale, that's alright. Okay, we're ready to leave now, and we'll take all of our newfound Varl friends with us. I'm gonna end it here, though. I might as well. Good a place as any. So, as always, everyone, thank you for watching. It's greatly appreciated. I'll see you next episode.